Hikomi-gaeshi is another Koryu technique. First, grapple in the defensive posture, holding your opponent's right arm with both arms. Fall down and place your right foot on your opponent's right inner thigh. Then throw over your right shoulder. This was the original Hikomi-gaeshi. In a randori situation, the throw is often made by pulling your opponent in close, holding his belt at the rear, then by throwing him, falling down in a self-sacrificing motion. The place where your foot is applied varies. There's no set place. This is the method of throwing by falling to your side. In this case, it becomes Ma-sutemi-waza. You pull your opponent's belt at the rear close and throw by falling sideways in a self-sacrifice.
Hikomi-gaeshi. 真ん前に崩しつつ身を捨て、相手の右腕を抱え込み、足の甲を相手の後ろ股に当てて跳ね上げます。
You start with both sides grappling in a defensive position. The technique was already in existence in Koryu, one of the older schools of jiu-jitsu, and the exact same form has been handed down. In the present-day randori, we do not start directly from such a position. In sumi-gaeshi, you fall backwards in a self-sacrificing movement. Place the instep of your right foot in the crook of his left knee and lift him up over your head. You pull your opponent forward, grasping his rear collar to execute sumi-gaeshi. Here it's done by grasping your opponent's rear collar or his back and starts with uchimata. Here it's a quick turn around from the uchimata position, followed on with sumi-gaeshi.
sumi-gaeshi。真ん前に崩し身を捨て、足の甲を相手の後ろ股に当てて跳ね上げます。
In Kawara-gaeshi, you hold your opponent from above to pull him close, then throw as you fall face up in a self-sacrificing motion. In this situation, your opponent defends himself by leaning forward. This Tawara-gaeshi follows upon the opponent's morote-gari. When your opponent jumps in close to execute morote-gari, you pull your feet back, hip low to defend yourself, then counter.
俵返し。俵を抱えるように相手を抱き、真後ろに身を捨てます。
In tomoe nage, you drop backwards while putting a foot on your opponent's lower abdomen and throw him back over your head. Here the technique is applied just as soon as your opponent steps forward and tries to put his weight on his foot. Here the opponent is pulled out forward at a slight angle as the technique is applied. This is the way you apply the technique when your opponent is in a right-handed position, making him go off balance on his toes and making him fall to his right as you throw. Here the throw is made over your head when your opponent is in the right-handed position. Here the opponent is thrown by pushing him up using both feet.
巴投げ。真ん前に崩し、身を捨てながら足裏で相手を押し上げ、両手を引きつけます。
Behind this form is to use the force of your opponent as you dodge his striking motion and to throw him, lifting him up on your hip as you sacrifice yourself by falling backward. Here the opponent's hanegoshi is transformed into an uranage. As the opponent attacks with a hanegoshi, hold his hips and bring him close and throw him directly behind over your shoulder. Another way is to hold and raise your opponent up from the front, then leaning back, throw by sacrificing yourself.
裏投げその1。相手の腰技をしかと左手で抱いてこらえ、右手を添えて抜き上げ、後ろに反り身になって捨てます。裏投げその2。下腹にぐっと力を入れて相手の腰を抱き上げ、左足元に引き落とします。